Mm, there we go. Okay, so welcome back to part 2 of the part 4 review. It sounds pretty much confusing, but let's get into it. So we just went over the stand battles and the creativity behind them. So now I want to go over this art style and the old art style are parts 1, 2, and 3, which are modeled basically after characters of Fist of the North Star with their huge shoulders and their baratigedis and big arms. But part 4 is different. It's a transition of the new style that is present part 5, 6, 7, and 8. And early on in the manga, it had the part 3 art style. I mean, Josuke looked like a Yankee, a true Yankee, which is a punk gang in the 90s, which Josuke was modeled after. So big hair, like up to here, huge toupees. So he looked like a Yankee Jotaro. But later on, we had this Josuke, and how to do it in anime form. Well, it's basically a blend of the two art styles. So Josuke is big, especially with the booty. Has a thick booty. Nice. So yeah, he's thick, but not too thick as in Jonathan or Joseph thick, but more like me kind of thick. Yeah, so that's a way to like approach it. So editing in the anime. So nothing stands out too much except, well, the color palette, the basic change of colors is magnificent and is better than all of the previous parts. It's better. The colors, they stand out more for me, and this suburban setting, basically, it's great for art style. So the art style is great. Now the lines, the black lines, then they stand out more in the characters, and there are some minor issues in the drop of quality of some episodes, and unfortunately the TV version has those dropping qualities, and that is the version that is available on Crunchyroll, the TV version. But there are the Blu-rays, which basically doesn't have that dropping quality, which means animation is amazing in the Blu-rays. Now you'll have to pirate them as it's not available in the United States, only in Japan. So sorry to tell you the bad news. Sorry. So when the smooth transitions are interesting. To say the least. So we kind of have those those screen wipes present in the prequels, except with much more creativity. For example, Jotaro, he stays at the hotel and he has to get on a cab. So the transition is well done, because Jotaro, he basically is stood up and sits down, and he sits down in the cab. Means he sat on the chair, but the scene transition, it made it so that he sat down in the cab. So things like those really amaze me. And the main villain, the manga, the main villain, Yoshikage Kira, looks like David Bowie. So on David production, they didn't want to be sued because of copying the likes of David Bowie. So they had to change it, but it's okay as he changes identity and face. I'll go over that in a while. So as you can hear, the soundtrack is phenomenal. The openings, it has 3 openings, masterpieces. They're all great. They all build on each other. They aren't so great on their own, but they build on each other, and that is great. And the openings just get better and better, in my opinion. Yeah, phenomenal soundtrack. And now I want to go over the villain, Yoshikage Kira, the person who gets kink shamed throughout the series because he is into female hands. But the thing is, it's just the hands, so he has no interest for the rest of the body. So he severs the hands. He severs the hands and destroys the whole body with his stand, Killer Queen, which basically anything he touches becomes into a bomb. Oh, Joseph Rostar. Killer Queen already touched this mode. What? Insert explosion effects. Just use your imagination. I don't know. Yeah. His presence is based. Yoshikage Kira's presence is scarring Morio, and because of his stand abilities, means he leaves no trace, no evidence. No one knows he is a killer, and he has killed dozens upon dozens of women, taking their hands, and basically was in a relationship with other people's hands. That is disturbing, to say the least. So yeah, so basically if I was in Morio and I saw him do this, I would basically kink shame him too. And don't go telling me that Yoshikage Kira didn't do anything wrong, because he basically did dozens and dozens of times. And the most frustrating thing is, because of his stand ability, he gets away with it so easily. So there's a scenario. So it's a small town, but with lots of people, and there's a killer among them. We don't know who this is. I accidentally touched shoulders with somebody. I apologize. What if that person was the killer? I was eyeing on a person on the subway. Maybe because I found that person cute. What if that person was the killer? So there is this feeling of unease. I read a few years ago that on average in your lifetime you'll pass 36 killers. I was freaked out when I read this. So this is what happens in Montreal. There is a massive killer. We don't know who this person is. We can only recognize this person with the stand, and that is because they saw Kira's face once, and that is kind of a spoiler, but not actually. So they saw Kira's face, and he basically tried to get away from the Duang gang. Yes, I'm calling them that to the Mario guys. I'm calling them the Duang gang, and he had this feeling of defeat, but then he uses another person's stance, kills a guy, then steals his face. So he is hidden among the shadows once again. So Kira has this tenacity for not being caught and when surviving the wrath, and you can see this in the second opening. Yeah. Start running, chase you. Always chase you. Oh, I will chase you. There's no escape. So, yeah. So, Kira is tenacious, but not as tenacious as the son of the man who Kira killed and stole his identity. His name is Hayato, and if you search images for Hayato, Hayato Kawajiri, Kawajiri, you'll see that this kid has some disturbing legs for basically 12-year-old kid. But yeah, so there is a point where Hayato sees that his father has changed a lot. He basically behaves differently. He didn't pay attention to his wife and family, and now he does actively, and that terrifies Hayato. When he basically starts to suspect that his father is not actually his father. So that duality between the two really becomes entertaining as Kira gets almost caught, but oh no, he slipped away once again, and it's like that Oh yes, oh yes, and he basically, his father, I won't go too much into detail, he sends other stand users against the Duang gang. So, and that goes into my favorite arc of the series, which is the July 15th arc, the day before everything is over. You should check it out, because that arc in the anime, it's really well done. In the manga, I would say it drags a few fights, but it's still entertaining to watch. So yeah, so it's basically the Duan gang versus Kira. That is what the second half of the story is. And now I would like to end this video and go into part 3. To part 3, which will be the conclusion. So thank you very much for watching, and pay attention, because I'm gonna be releasing part 3 very soon. Well, depends on my internet, cause it kind of sucks, but thanks guys.